In this video, we are going to see the overview section in Azure DevOps. In that, we will see summary, dashboard, and a wiki. So in the overview section, it will show you the basic details about your project. For example, project description, then repositories, how many pull requests opened, how many commits were done. And here you can see like timeline. You can specify like I want to see the stats for this project for last 30 days. I can do that from here. Then pipelines, how many builds succeeded, how many deployments succeeded, how many members are there in this project right now. So all these settings you can see from this summary page of overview. In the dashboards, you can add the dashboards. For example, you want to see what is the status of the current sprint, or how many test cases are executing, what is the status of build. All those things are possible by clicking on add widget. You can add different types of widgets. You can see there are different widgets here. In assign to me, this is one of the widgets that you can add. For example, let us say you want to see all the items that are assigned to you. You can do that. You can add this build history to check the build history as well. For example, let us add this one. But before that, let us go through these widgets that are available. Burn down, burn up. It displays burn down across multiple teams and multiple sprints. Create a release. Burn down on bug burn down. Then burn up. Then a chart for the test plans is also available. Chart for work items. You can create the chart like how many bugs were introduced in the sprint wise or in a month, like that. Then code tile displays the number of recent changes in the code repository. Cumulative flow diagram visualize the flow of work and identity bottlenecks. Then a cycle time visualize and analyze your team cycle time using a control chart. Deployment status. Embedded web page, you can also embed a certain web page as well. Lead time, visualize your team's lead time using a control chart. Markdown. Syntax files can also be added. Pull requests can also be added. That widget is available. Then query results, query tile, sprint burn down. So lots of widgets are there, and you can also go to extension gallery and add other widgets that are not listed down here. So I'm gonna add another just for the demo purpose, just one widget, that is build history. Just click on add, and then once you add the widget, you can configure that by clicking on settings. In the configuration panel, you can see the build pipeline for which you want to see the status. For example, say .NET Selenium, and then click on save. Here you can select all branches if you want. By default it will by default it will be master branch, but if you select here all branches, it will show it for all. And then click on save, and done editing. So like that, you can see when your build failed and passed. And similarly, you can add other widgets as well. It's very useful, especially from management perspective. Then in the wiki, what you can do is just like how you use Confluence to store your project documentation, this wiki also serves the same purpose here. You can create a project wiki where you can store your project documentation like testing approaches, testing documents, project plan, project architecture documents, a new developer startup checklist, and all those things you can keep here. So just click on create a project wiki, and you can add details in there. So page title, say dev checklist, and then you can add here, set up Visual Studio, then install Git, and all those stuff. And on the right hand side, it will show you actually how it looks like. This is the editor and this is the actual view. Then click on save, and that's it. Our page is ready. So that's it in this overview section. In the next video, I'm going to cover boards, repositories, pipelines, test plans, and artifacts. Thanks for watching this video.